White became Western Michigan's all-time career receptions leader. Now owns the mark at 261 career receptions, so congratulations. Alex Carter going over 400 yards in a game for the third time in his career, 404 yards. And Drew Nowak, huge sack on fourth down, big game, defensively led the Broncos against Ball State. Questions for our student athletes.
How badly do you guys need today?
We needed it bad. I mean, coming off those 2 weeks, kind of a funky situation for us. Those 2 games didn't feel like us. They didn't feel like us really in any way as far as how we execute and the approach we take to games. And I think this one, we came out, we were firing, we just had fun, and that was more of the focus this week. I think when you lose a game like we did against NIU, you start thinking, all right, what do I need to do? You start buckling down so much that you lose sight of the fun part of football, and I think that's what we gained this week.
Drew, where is this defense confidence-wise? You guys, sometimes, it's a big play defense. Other times, it's kind of a bend-and-break defense. Where are you guys?
Yeah, it's a roller coaster stuff for us, man. I mean, there's times we let a big plays, and there's times we let them drop down the field 15 plays, and then we get a pick on the 2-yard line. I mean, we're up and down, but we're all together, playing hard, playing fast, and that's huge. When you have adversity, you have to have guys stick together no matter what, and that's what we have. And if we continue that, we're going to be great the rest of the season.
Do you guys think you have enough confidence for a game like Toledo and moving forward? Is the mindset of the defense where
Oh, I know we're confident enough to show what we have. I think there's a lot to fix from this game. We were not perfect at all, but there's a lot of good things to look at and a lot of things we need to get better for the upcoming week. So I think a couple days off will be nice for us, but we'll be ready to come back to play.
Alex, first drive, score, no problem. Second drive, fumble. Is this one of those uh-oh type moments where you, or am I overstating it? You know what I mean? I mean,
right.
As many
problems. I mean, we were, I think we were really firing on a lot of cylinders offensively. So, fumbles happen. It's an individual mistake that affects the whole offense as a unit. So, not really worried. Saw how easy it was for us to move with the first drive. So, just had to get back on the field.
Jordan, how glad are you to have all these records behind you and just focus on winning now?
I don't know. I didn't focus too much on them before, just winning the ring and stuff. But, it's nice to be recognized, I guess, and be ahead of people like Greg and Jamarco and that. But, we have a game against Toledo next week, and I have some friends that play there, so I wouldn't mind whooping on them next Tuesday.
Jordan, how good are you?
And what?
Not an Xbox, pal. I mean, the records and everything, but how good are you?
I don't know how to answer the question like that. I think I do a lot of stuff well. I think my number one problem is staying healthy, and I've been able to do that for a year and 9 games now. So
there was a couple of times where you were popped pretty good. Did you wonder if you were not going to be healthy?
No, I just figure if I can get up and see straight, I'll be fine for the next play. So I just try to get up as fast as I can, even though some of those did hurt, and it still kind of does. But
Can't show it.
You can't show it. You just kind of got to play on. So and that's what I do. And I know I'm going to get hit out there. I know it's part of the game, but I just got to take it and run with it.
Drew, they're moving the ball like up and down the field. You always have his nose for the ball, like on the tip and interception, and then third down sack. So what goes into that focus there?
You just gotta say screw it. To be honest, and just whatever. No matter how many plays you're out there, you gotta give 110%. You can't take any plays off, and you're out there on a 12, 15 play drive, and you're like, man, this is tough. But you just gotta push through it, and I think. Our winter workouts help us all out with that. In our morning workouts, we're pushing through stuff, and you're like, man, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And I think that really goes into preparation for games too. So,
Alex, okay, I'll ask. I'm not getting a straight answer out of him. I'm getting a straight answer. How good is he?
He's pretty exceptional. I mean, just as far as being able to find space, catch the ball when it's thrown to him, even when it's not that accurate. I can bring up one example, corner route I threw to him, bad pass, threw it inside, he turns, catches it, and takes a brutal shot. I think we were like 3rd and 14, gets us down to, 2nd and 14, gets us to 3rd and short. Just things like that when you need a big play, he's there, and he can make the big plays for us. It's a good weapon to have.
He's pretty good too.
Jordan, I'm guessing Robert Arnheim's been waiting about 5 years to throw a touchdown pass. And he threw one, but it was probably not the best pass he's ever thrown. Can you talk about waiting for that thing to come down?
Rob always talks about this catching a pass and throwing one in the same game, and he was finally able to do it. But at the same time, the first thing he said to me on the sideline was a terrible pass, and thanks for everything I did after the pass, I guess, to get the touchdown, because he really wanted that touchdown pass, after he caught one. So.
Were you thinking that was one of those plays where you were going to get drilled again because you had to stand there and wait for it to come down?
I wasn't thinking of that so much since we beat them, so it wasn't bad.
You guys offensively seem to, when they do come up, with one of those stands on defense, be it the two or be it, you seem to feed off it. In the last few games when those weren't there, how much is there, for whatever reason, when there's a stand, it translates over to the other side right away?
I think we take it as a responsibility. We owe it to the defense to move that ball out, to march that ball out of there just as much as it's their job to stop it there. So I think, I love it when they get stops like that. It gets me going, and I know it gets our whole offense going.
Alex, you mentioned earlier about how you guys were really firing on all cylinders today. Is the key just really making sure that you do that the rest of the season? You play like that the rest of these games?
Yeah, I think we got to find the fun. You know what I mean? I think there's so much pressure in this game, and I think some of it can definitely be let off if you are enjoying yourself. And I think that's what we were out there. I had a blast, and I know all my teammates did too. And it's not just because of the win. We were having fun out there. We were flying around making plays, and that's what the game's all about.
Jordan and Alex, were you aware of when the record is about to be broken for points? The coach tell you, hey, you need one more, or kind of into the game?
I didn't know. I just caught a ring pass and I got hit pretty good on it. Helmet straight to the ground. I was kind of dizzy after, but
I probably wouldn't have thrown it if I would have known.
Well, the first one he threw actually hit the umpire. So it would have been.
Oh my God!
Umpire play.
I've never seen that before. That was wild.
Then the second one you tried was pass interference.
Yeah.
Anything else for the players? All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.